Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Math Made Easy with Terry in 10 minutes. So we're going to talk about the part 2 of the dot and scalar product. In the part 1, I introduced some concepts, okay? But in the part 2, I'm going to just introduce one more formula. Then after that, we'll just go straight and introduce some of the examples and we'll solve some examples here. So if you've not liked, share, or subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting for. Please don't forget to click notification bell so that when I post new videos, you'll be the first person to know. All right, so let's get cracking. So I told you in the last video, okay, just a reminder, I told you in the last video that there are some formulas that A dot B, the product, is equal to the magnitude of A, magnitude of B cos theta, which is equal to A1 B1 plus A2 B2 plus A3 B3. Are you seeing it? Then I also told you in the video as well that because all are equal, we can equate these two together. So that will now give us magnitude of A, magnitude of B cos theta is equal to A1 B1 plus A2 B2 plus A3 B3. And also, I told you that from this, you can get the third formula by making theta the soluble formula. We've discussed this in the previous video. So theta is going to be equal to the cos inverse of A1 B1 plus A2 B2 plus A3 B3, all divided by magnitude of A and magnitude of what? B. All right, we talked about this in the previous video. Now, there's one more formula that I didn't talk in the previous video I'm going to introduce here. So we can also equate these two together. Okay, so we can also find theta by equating both of these together. So in some cases, they could give you the dot product and they want you to find the angle. So this is the fourth one. We can then equate A dot B. So this one was not in the last video. So that's the reason why you need to keep following the series, because I'm going to keep on building on what we've known already. Will be equal to the magnitude of A, magnitude of B, cos what? Cos theta. Are you seeing it? So now from this point now, we can now find theta. So what you do, we're going to divide both sides by the magnitude of A, magnitude of B. Divide this side by the magnitude of A and the magnitude of B. So this is going to cancel that. So we're going to have cos theta is going to be A dot B. So this is in a situation where you are given the dot product itself, magnitude of A and magnitude of B. But we're looking for theta, so we can then find theta now. So theta is going to be equal to the cos inverse of A dot B divided by the magnitude of A and the magnitude of what? B. So this formula is the fourth one I want you to take note of. So you sometimes in exams or in the textbook, you might need to use this to find the angle. All right. Okay, so we've spoken about that and we've sorted that out. So we have four formulas to keep in mind. Now let's go and solve some questions now. All right, so let's start with the first one. So we have this example here. So we have number one, we're told to find the scalar product of vector. So we have A to be equal to, we have 4, 3, minus 2, and we have B equal to 2, 1, 5. Okay, so they want to find the scalar product. So basically what they are looking for is what? A dot B. So what are we going to find here? So if you look at this carefully, all right, we already have A1, A2, A3, and we have B1, B2, and B3. So in order to solve this, we're going to use the second formula. A dot B is equal to A1, B1. We're going to use this, A1, B1 plus A2, B2 plus A3, B3, all right? So because in this case, we're just giving that. So let's go back. So it's going to be equal to A1, B1 plus A2, B2 plus A3, B3. And that will give us A1 is going to be 4 times B1, 2 plus A2 is what? 3 times B2, which is 1, plus A3 is minus 2 times this, that will give you 5. So this is going to give you 8 plus 3 times 1 will give you 3. Now this is 2 minus 2 times 5 will give you minus 10. Minus 10 times plus 2, so it will give you minus 10. And so the final answer for this is going to be, so therefore our A dot B will be equal to, this is going to give you 1. And that will be the answer for that. Okay? So that's how you get the scalar product for this. So you see in this case, there was we're not given angle, all right? We're not given theta. Now I'm going to go to the second example. Now in this second example, I'm going to use the same vectors, but this time I'm going to use theta, all right? So I'm going to give you an angle between both of them. So you see in the first one, we solved it. There was no angle between them. Now what about if there was an angle? So let's pick this example. Let's say number 2. So we have find the scalar product. Okay, find the scalar product of the vectors below. Given that the angle between them is 60 degrees. Okay, given that the angle between them is 60 degrees. Okay, so what we're gonna do is let's do it this way. So I'm gonna use exactly the same vectors like in the previous question. So we had A and B, so just to prove the point. So we have A 4, 3 minus 2, and B is 2, 1, 5. Okay, so we're gonna use the same vectors. So we're gonna have A, which is 4, 3 minus 2, and we have B is equal to 2, 1, 5. We have 2, 1, 5. Okay, now we've agreed that this is going to be the A1, the A2, and A3, and this is the B1, B2, and what? B3. Are you seeing it? Now, but we know we're already given a theta to be 60 degrees, and we're looking for the dot product, okay? So now, if you look at the formula again, so we have, let's say we have A dot B is equal to the magnitude of A, the magnitude of B cos theta, which is equal to A1, B1 plus A2, B2 plus A3, B3, okay? But we are looking for the dot product with an angle. So now because we have an angle here, so we have to use this 2. We can't use this one because this one, the last one here, is just going to give us the dot product without taking the angle into consideration, but we need the angle. So we're going to use this one here. So therefore, we can now say we have to find the magnitude of A first. So that means we're going to use this formula. A dot B is equal to the magnitude of A, the magnitude of B cos what? Theta. All right? So now let's do this. So let's find the magnitude of A. So I've discussed this earlier, okay? So to find the magnitude of A, we're going to have the magnitude of A is going to be equal to the square root of 4 squared plus 3 squared plus minus 2 squared. And when you press your calculator for that, it's going to give you square root of what? 29. The magnitude of b is going to be equal to the square root of 2 squared plus 1 squared plus 5 squared. And when you press your calculator for that, it's going to give you, this is 25 plus 4, 29 plus 130, square root of what? 30. Now, and also we know our theta in this question was equal to what? 60 degrees. So now we can get the dot product easily, all right? So therefore, we can now say the A dot B is equal to the magnitude of A, which is square root of 29, multiply the magnitude of B, which is square root of 30, multiplied by cos what? 60 degrees. And when you press your calculator for that, it's going to give you square root of 870 divided by 2, okay? Or if you want to have it in decimals, you can have it as 14.7. So that will be the A dot B. Are you seeing it? So when the angle is given and you have to take into consideration, then you have to use the A dot B formula that has an angle there. All right, so let me pick one more example before we go to the next video, which will be on vector product. So let's pick one more. Okay, so we have this vector, this question here. We're told that two vectors, A is equal to 1, 8, and 3, okay? And B is equal to 2, minus 4, and 6. We're given. Okay? We're now told to find the angle between them. We're told to find the angle between them. So that means technically we are looking for theta, all right? Now, if you look at this carefully, you will see that in this question here, we have our A1, we have our A2, we have our A3, we have our B1, we have our B2, and we have our B3. Is this making sense? Okay, so we're looking for theta. So if you go back to the formulas we had earlier, okay, in the previous video, I've talked about how to derive the theta, all right? So you can use this. So you can't use this because we don't know the A dot B, because A dot B, the dot product value was not given. But we have to use this one because we can find the magnitude of A, we can find the magnitude of B, and we have the numerator, the A1, B1, A2, B2. So we just plug it into this, okay? So we're going to use this formula to solve it then. So this is a good formula we're going to use. So theta will be equal to the cos inverse of A1, B1 plus A2, B2 plus A3, B3 divided by the magnitude of A, magnitude of what? B. So let's go back. So do that. So you have to find the angle, okay? What we're going to do, we're going to use theta is equal to the cos inverse of A1, B1 plus A2, B2 plus A3, B3, okay? All divided by the magnitude of A and what? The magnitude of what? B. All right? So that's how you do it. So that means we need to now find the magnitude of A and the magnitude of what? B. All right, so let's do this. So let's find the magnitude of A. So the magnitude of A is going to be equal to the square root of 1 squared plus 8 squared plus 3 squared. And that should give you, so this is 64 plus 9 plus 10. That will give you 74. So that will give you a square root of what? 74. The next one, we need to find the magnitude of b, which is going to be equal to the square root of 2 squared plus minus 4 squared plus 6 squared. So that'll give us 36. 36 plus 4 is going to give us 40. Then 40 plus 16, that will give you 56. So that will give you 2 root 14. Yep. Now, so basically you don't need to cram this. You just, either you can do it mentally or you can press your calculator to give you the same thing. And again, we've talked about sorts earlier, the importance of representing numbers in sorts form. We've talked about that. So then we just need to apply the formula then, all right? So basically, so it's going to be, since we know that from this, we can then find out theta. So the theta now will be equal to the cos inverse of, now if you go back to the, you can now see which the A1 was 1, the B1 was 2. So it's going to be, or better still, we can write it here to make it easier. So the A1 and B1. So the first one was 183 for A. So A, we have it as what? 1, 8, and 3. Then B, we had is equal to, the B was 2 minus 4 and 6. So B is 2 minus 4 and 6. So we already know that this is the A1, this is the A2, this is the A3, this is the B1, this is the B2, and this is the B3, all right? So now we can then apply the formula here straight up. So we have this, so we have the A1 is gonna be equal to 1 times 2 plus the A2 is gonna be 8 multiplied by minus 4 plus A3 is gonna give us 3 multiplied by 6, all divided by the magnitude of A is square root of 74, multiplied by the magnitude of B, which is equal to 2 root 14. Okay, and that will give you that. So what you then do, you just press this in your calculator. You don't do anything. Then when you press this in your calculator, your answer should be around 100.74 degrees. And that's the answer. Okay, so that will bring me to the end for dot product. So the next video, I'm going to talk about vector product, or you can call it cross product. It's the same thing, okay? So it depends. So it's important that you subscribe so that when I post the next video, you'll be the first person to know. All right, so I'm going to see you soon, where we're going to talk about vector products. See you soon.